Yo, what's up, people? How are we doing? So, we're going to do a little dry fire action here for the beginner, intermediate, shooter, expert even. All this stuff is applicable. All this is stuff that I do on the regular. All this is stuff that I do in my classes, my individual classes. This is big. This is how every one of them starts. We go through some discussion, we do some things, and then we kind of get to this dry fire section. If it's a beginner shooter, we spend 3 hours on it. If it's a intermediate shooter, we might spend 1 hour on it. If it's a advanced shooter, we might, spend 30 minutes on it. But it is still applicable stuff. So the reason I'm doing this, somebody canceled a live session, so I'm all juiced up, ready to do some live fire. So I'm just going to wing it through this, kind of set it up. Thought this would be a good video to do in light of everything that's happening. Lots of gun owners, new, lots of people who have been gun owners, but aren't too super confident with that tool that's in the safe, or sitting in the nightstand or whatever. They have it, but they're not confident with it. They're not familiar with it. This is going to be about getting familiarity and confidence. That's all this beginning dry fire session thing is about. For my classes, for everything, before we fire the single first shot, we've done some reps, buddy. There's a lot of general knowledge being passed on, which is great. I've seen a lot of people in the gun community kind of open up to this and not, it's really a dick move to poke fun or to gloat that you are into guns or prepping or ammo. Like, that's just, that's a mark of a goon, right? Anyone who would do that. So it's good that everyone's kind of putting out that material. The only thing is, what I want to do differently is I want you to actually put that pistol in your hand. Okay, and I got an AR that we're going to work with a little bit. I want you to actually put these tools in your hand while we kind of go over this. Now, each one of these individual exercises that we are going to do is applicable for the AR-15, the shotgun, okay? Just a little bit of different battery of arms, everything's going to be just slightly different on the actual mechanics of it, but it is applicable, and we'll do some of the things with the AR. So, just on the pistol front right now, confidence is key. Confidence and familiarity, understanding that this is simply a tool, starting to adopt the mindset that this is a tool that we tell it what to do. Okay, this tool does nothing unless we tell it to do it. Okay, this is not 1903 anymore. Guns do not go off without a person, a human, telling that gun to go off. So we have to start adopting that mindset that we control this thing. There's no reason to be scared of a firearm, but we absolutely have to respect it. Okay, and with that respect comes a little bit of due diligence in putting that tool in our hand. Watching a video about how to run a circular saw doesn't do that much good when you actually put the circular saw in someone's hands. Okay, but if you watch that same video with the circular saw unplugged, just like with no ammo, you'd be able to, okay, the guard goes up, and then oh, all right, well, this is pretty simple. Okay, there's many fail safes here. If I don't do something incredibly stupid, I'll be fine. Precisely the same attitude we need to carry towards firearms. Respect, due diligence, understanding them, learning what's mechanically going on, and treating this thing like a tool that needs respected, and we're going to be all good. We're going to be gravy from there. So that being said, a lot of information being put out there, but we want to get this thing in our hands. So this video is going to be, hey, what I need you to do right now is pause the video, get your pistol, get your shotgun, rifle, whatever. Hopefully it's a pistol, it'll go better, and an AR, it'll go better with this video, but go ahead and get that tool, bring it to the area, and I need you to get a table, right? You can actually do all this stuff sitting. So if you've got a coffee table or something in front of you, anything, that'll work. Just a surface that you can sit that pistol down on, that rifle down on, and work off of that surface. We do not need holster, we do not need gear, we don't need any of that stuff. We just need a surface to lay that tool on, and pretty much golden. So first things first, we need to unplug that circular saw. All right, so how are we going to do that? This is the first exercise. Safety routine. Everything that we do in regards to this pistol, rifle, shotgun is a routine. We need to start thinking about routines. We need to start thinking about recipes for success. We can't repeat an outcome, but we can repeat a routine, we can repeat a process, we can repeat a recipe. So we absolutely, positively must build routines. I am a big believer and proponent that every single solitary time we touch this pistol is a rep. Okay, it's a repetition. We can either build good habits or bad, but every single time we touch this tool, it's a rep. So everything, clearing and safing the pistol is exercise number one. So we've got this pistol, it's perfectly set up, right? Magazine in. I don't know the condition of it. I'm handling it in a safe manner. Until then, I'm grabbing it with a full grip. We're ready to rock and roll. All I have to do now is I'm going to set that pistol on the table. I'm going to say to myself, I am beginning dry practice. I am beginning my routine. I'm beginning dry practice. I'm going to pick that pistol up. I'm going to first drop the magazine. 100% first we drop the magazine. No doubt about it. Drop that source of ammunition out of the gun. We're going to sit that right here for now. We're going to do the next following things. 1, 2, 3. We're going to rack that gun. Whether you want to do it over the top, whether you want to do slingshot or up front like I'm doing, doesn't matter which one. Just 1, 2, 3. And it's not, that's not racking the gun. We are dominant over the tools. We are violent with this tool. Ripping the slide back until it stops 3 times. Then we are going to lock that slide to the rear. Once we've locked the slide to the rear, we're going to ensure that our chamber is in fact empty, clear, no ammunition inside this gun, in the chamber, no magazine inside the gun, no ammunition whatsoever is present in this firearm. Drop the slide, okay? Then we are going to look away, distract ourselves for a second, look away, 1, 2, 3, rack open, visually, physically, inspect this gun again, okay? The reason we look away is because we're humans, we make mistakes, and our eyes play little tricks on us. If we're thinking ammo, if we're, just weird things happen, and you think, is there any ammo in there? Ammo, 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 I don't want any ammo around. Ammo is on the brain. You see ammo in the gun, naturally something pops, yeah, it's good. Okay, we don't want ammo. So that little distraction, that little look away is paramount. It's huge. It allows us to break concentration on the thing so that our brain can't play that little quick trick on us, and then next thing you know, pow, we've got a negligent discharge. We break concentration, we look away, we run, rack it open, lock it, look again. Okay, now I'm pretty confident that this gun is clear and safe, right? And that might seem like it takes a minute, but it only takes about 20 seconds or even 15 seconds when I'm actually doing it in real time without talking. So it's not a big deal. But little tiny redundancies make all the difference in the world. You can shoot 100,000 rounds a year. You can dry practice every single solitary night of the year and never have an accidental discharge or a negligent discharge if you remember to check the boxes. Okay, we go down through the checklist, we check the boxes, we look away, we go down through the checklist again. We have a routine. We hit the process, we absolutely check those boxes. Can't stress this enough. All right, so this we're going to leave the gun locked back. That way we can ensure we know that it's been cleared, it's good to go, we're here. If that magazine is full of ammunition, these are dummy rounds, okay, so I'm ready for my dry fire setup with my dummy rounds. You don't need these. These are just a luxury. But if this had been a full magazine of real ammunition, I'm going to then remove this magazine with real ammunition and any real ammunition from this vicinity. If that's the case and we had to take this magazine away, what do we need to do then? We came back, we need to make sure that gun is clear again. These are the little redundancies that make sure that you didn't do something wacky, come back, think you're all good to go, bang, and go ahead and shoot your wall. Like, seriously, it's a big deal. So if I was to leave my area here, I would have rechecked this pistol all out, right? So get that ammunition out of the room, we're ready. That's exercise number 1. You get reps on reps on reps right then and there. Exercise number 1 is your safety routine. Get it down. It doesn't have to be precisely the same thing that I just did, but it needs to be somewhere in that ballpark. It needs to be redundant. You need to check those boxes. Exercise number 2 is going to be a table pick up and build grip, present to the target, and prep our trigger. So if you don't know what prepping the trigger means, it means that most triggers, almost all of them, unless it's a double single gun, are going to have some kind of slack. With a striker fire trigger or a 1911 type trigger, we're going to go ahead and take up that slack. So all we're going to do is put our hands flat on the table. I'm going to pick this gun up. I'm going to situate it, build the perfect grip, present it to the target, and prep the trigger. When I'm out on target, I'm going to steady, find something small to aim at, and gently break that trigger. Perfect trigger press. Perfect trigger press. Turn my dot on. Okay. Guess what? Put it back down. Pick up that gun. Perfect grip. We're grinding our grip. We're smashing our firing hand up underneath that beaver tail. We're smashing our hand as high up on that gun as humanly possible. Just getting that perfect grip, building the grip with the left hand, and presenting. Prepping that trigger, chilling out in the perfect position, and perfect trigger press. All right, each individual rep should take you about 20 seconds. All right, picking it up, situating it perfectly, putting the trigger finger in as we extend, prep, and steady, perfect trigger press. Looking for our front sight to dip, looking for the gun to move when we actually break that trigger, but prepping that trigger and sitting there at the wall and then beginning a conscious trigger pull, that's what we want, okay? So we're gonna do this for about 4 minutes straight, right? 4 to 5 minutes straight. Pick this thing up, perfect grip. I don't care about your speed, and I don't care about really what kind of grip you're using. For the most part, we just want some variation of the thumb's forward grip. What I want you to do is build the grip the exact same way every time. Grip, clamp on that gun, counter rotate, and just clamp on that gun like you're trying to squish it. Just clamping onto it. You don't necessarily have to squeeze hard. You just want to be up high on the gun and then trying to just impart pressure and leverage onto that pistol as you extend it. Bring it up to your eye line. Do not bring your head down. Bring the gun up and prep, press. All right, beautiful. 4 or 5 minutes of that, money. That one is very simple, building grip. But build the grip the exact same way every time and start to feel what that feels like. Start to feel exactly where your hands are, exactly where your thumbs are touching, exactly where your wrist is, exactly how your palm is pressing into the corner of the gun back here, exactly where your index finger on your support hand is meeting the bottom of the trigger guard or out on the end of the trigger. Whatever the hell you want to do, just really feel these things, okay? Feel. Prep, press. Feel that trigger. Start to really get in tune with this thing, okay? We want to act like this is an extension of our body. Tuned in. Prep, press.